Hi, this is Wayne Voss, and this is my review of the Money Robot. The Money Robot is a link building tool, much like SENuke, Magic Submitter, and GSA Search Engine Ranker. In reviewing this product in more detail, it is a very simplified version of SENuke. Um, for I know there are a lot of SEOs out there that want something a little bit more simplified than something like GSA Search Engine Ranker, because with GSA you can get as granular as you want. With Magic Submitter and SENuke, you can get somewhat granular. That's more high-level type applications where everything's prepackaged, and you can go in and modify certain things. With the Money Robot, it's even simpler to use, and because it's simpler to use, um, you don't get as granular as you would with something like GSA. So some of the controls are basically they come pre-packaged for you to just pick and choose and utilize in the campaigns if you so choose. Okay, so this would be ideal for someone that's not as technical savvy as some of the nerds out there that like using GSA. They like getting their hands into the mechanics of things. This is more high level end. Like I say, everything's prepackaged for you and done for you. Okay, so all you do is select, click, and go. With that, the Money Robot has limitations. I know its weaknesses, just like I know weaknesses of SENuke and Magic Submitter. This is no exception. However, there are some positives about the Money Robot. For one, the Web 2.0s that it uses are high authority Web 2.0s. The bulk of it is actually pretty strong. I haven't looked at the other profiles like the social bookmarks. I think have a lot of high PR. We can actually look at that here in a little bit as I go through the review. One disclaimer that I do want to make: I don't claim that Money Robot is better than SENuke, nor is it better than Magic Submitter or GSA Search Engine Ranker. It's just another tool, but it's a very easy tool to use, and for what you can build, I think it has its advantages, and it's for me, some of the advantages that it comes with is pretty powerful stuff. So depends on how you build your links. Okay, so that's my disclaimer. I by no means endorse this product. I can tell you that I am using it, and I've been testing it for a week and a half. What I do like about the product is the support. The vendor has been very receptive to my questions, and also, I've basically made a wish list that I've submitted. One of it is to expand on the number of Web 2.0s that it comes with. It already comes with 51 high PR Web 2.0s. There are a couple of like PR2s in there, but for the most part, a lot of them are PR5 and higher. Um, what else? The linking, the articles that post, right now they're very basic. They will post an anchor at the bottom of the article. It'll mix generic with whatever keywords you select to use for the campaigns themselves. Let's see what else. The CAPTCHA is limited. It only has two options: deCAPTCHA and death by CAPTCHA. So one of the requests I made was, for a future release, for the vendor to consider using something like CAPTCHA Breaker or CAPTCHA Sniper. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and move forward with the review, but I'm going to go ahead and work it backwards. I'm going to show you first of all how I run a campaign with the tool. Then I'll work backwards. After I show you how easy it is to run a campaign, we'll do the breakdown of this dashboard and what all these buttons are and so forth. Okay, so let's go ahead and start a campaign. I've already built a Weebly page. The Weebly page is called Fashions R Us, and I've picked out the keyword. The keyword has 10,000 searches for it a month, and it's just basically it's a rubbish article that I've created through Article Builder just for the purposes of this demo. Okay, so let me show you how to build a campaign in Money Robot. We click on New Campaign. Here you can rename the campaign. I'm going to call it fashions for moms. The money site, http um, fashionsrus.weebly.com. The keyword I want to rank for is mom jeans. The article, I'm going to use the built-in article builder that comes with MR, Money Robot for short. Okay, so right now it's scraping for the articles. It's looking at the keyword and it's looking for any information that it can, and it's going to associate it with the article. So here we have a spun title, we have a spun body. We click on preview. Forget achieving this together with your mom jeans, do this. And here's the article. Now the article doesn't read very well, but I've got about 7 campaigns running on another server, and I can say that a lot of the content was unique. However, I did find on certain niches the content uh, has come up on Copyscape, so I suspect that as more and more people use the product, um, Copyscape might pick up more of the articles. I'm not sure to the details of how they spin or where they pull the articles from, but I've got a lot of articles that have come up unique. Okay, now they're not a perfect read, but if they're unique, then I'll use it. So I'll close that. Here you can pick the template strategy that you want to use. There's high competition for high competition keywords, low competition templates for low competition keyword. Select the one you want. I'm going to go with medium competition. And this is your medium competition. It consists of your money site, blog clusters. Each of these blog symbols represents the 50 blogs that come with the product. The Web 2.0 profiles, I think there are 145 Web 2.0 profiles. Social bookmarkings, there are about 4,000 of those. And then if you want to create your own maps, you can. You can call it test. And off to the side, you can select from different high-profile web properties. Okay, so I'm going to cancel that. Now I've got my campaign. I just click on Start Campaign, and there you go. Campaign's done. So you see how quick that was. Something like this in SE Nuke would have taken me a good 15 minutes or so to do. This one, if I were to go through the steps again without narrating, it would have taken me like roughly like a minute. Okay, and so what it does now is it sets the project in this left pane window. Here are the tasks. Basically, the tasks are the components of the campaign, the template that we chose. And just to break it down for you, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 blog clusters. In each of these clusters, there are 50 Web 2.0 sites. These T1s stand for Tier 1. So if you go back to that diagram that I showed you in the template, these are the Tier 1s that point to your money site, direct to your money site. The Tier 2s point to the Tier 1s, and the Tier 3s, this one, these bookmarks point to your Web 2.0 profiles. The bookmarks are primarily to get the sites indexed quicker. That's what most people use it for. So that's basically how you run the campaign. Now let's go into the features of the Money Robot. Okay. First thing you'll notice at the top is your process window. If we click on that, we can see what the Money Robot is doing in real time. Right now, it's creating an account for user Ethan5825 blah blah blah. It's basically trying to create a profile on WordPress.com. Okay, so if we go to Blogs24, it's also multi-threading and creating a profile on this Web 2.0 property. So this is what the Money Robot is doing in real time for this particular project, if you want to see what it's doing in the background. Let's see what else. Up here, new campaign, we already went through that. This is where you create your campaign. You enter your campaign name, the money site URL that you want to rank for, the keywords you want to rank for. Here it's got a generic built-in list, and what it does is it will I forget the ratio, but it uses about 50% generic anchor text. It might use, I think, 15 or 10% um, keyword anchor text. So if you want it to use branded keywords or URL based keywords, you also would include that here, and it will automatically submit that in your articles. Down here, this is where you scrape for your articles using the MR article builder. You just click on that like we saw earlier in the campaign that we just ran. And then here's your preview. You can spin your own articles if you want to put your own articles in there and spin it. Or you can also load pre-built articles from folder. Okay, if you're wanting to spin your own articles, you can do that as well. This is your template window. You can select from your the pre-selected templates that it comes with, or you can build your own through the diagram editor. So if you want to build your own, you can use you can do something like this. I'm just doing this for demo purposes. This is your money site. You can build your tier ones. You can use your blogs as your tier ones. You can also use Web 2.0 profiles as your tier ones. You can use social bookmarks on your Web 2.0s and such, like that. And let's just say that you created this. Okay, I'm going to show you what this thing can do. So let's just say you've got something like this, and you're creating your links to your money site. Okay, and you're creating your social bookmarks to your Web 2.0s. So let's just say that you have this. All right. So remember, keep in mind, each one of these blog clusters has 50 blogs in it. Your Web 2.0s, I think they come with 145 social profiles. Social bookmarks, there are about 4,000 of them within these clusters. So if I wanted to get really aggressive on this, I could technically, here, let me pull this over to the side. I could highlight this, do a Control C to copy, a Control V to paste, and I'll drag that, and I've created another cluster of sites, combination of Web 2 properties and social bookmarks. I can also copy this, Control V, bring it down again. Now I've got another group. Getting hard to see. I can do a Control C, Control V, and build yet another group. Control V, and I can do this indefinitely. I can also add more properties. There's social network posts, web directories, wiki articles, press releases, article directories, forum profiles, RSS feeds. Okay, so I can go on and on and on, and as you can see, this is a really powerful tool to replicate your template maps, and you could build clusters upon clusters of links going to your money site or to your tier ones and so forth. So this is one of the cool features that I really like about Money Robot, and as the vendor keeps building upon this robot and keeps improving it, I think this will be a really good product. Not that it not already is, I think it is, but there are improvements that can be made, obviously. Okay, so we'll go ahead and cancel out of this. I'm not going to save it. I just want to show you what we can do with the campaign builder. Now the backlink monitor, this is a product that's I think this product has been reviewed on Moz before, Moz.com. What it does is whenever you run your campaigns here, let me close this for a second. Whenever you run your campaigns, and as the sites are posted, it will create a URL list here. Okay, so once you have all your URLs that Money Robot has posted to, you basically highlight all of them, copy it, and paste it here in your backlink monitor. You paste the money site here, and basically what you do is you run start, and you'll see how many URLs are active and how many anchor texts or what kind of anchor text they come with, and what the status is, if it's dead or alive. And so you can keep track of what are good links, what are bad links. And this is something that in GSA would be equivalent to your verified list. Okay, so this is really your verified list. You can actually take all the good links, copy it, and maybe even dump it in GSA for tier 4 and tier 5 uh, link tools just to pump domain authority to. So that's another cool feature that you can use this for. Or you could even take these links, add them to another campaign, create more backlinks to the backlinks, and build page authority on it. So let's close that. Let's see what else. Manual CAPTCHA. Like I say, there's two different CAPTCHA options right now: death by CAPTCHA and deCAPTCHA. If you don't use either one of these services, then by default, any profiles that MoneyRobot creates, this will manually pop up automatically asking you to input the CAPTCHA code. And so you would have to manually input that. Why anyone would want to do that, I don't know. But if you're tight on cash and you want to sit there and enter CAPTCHAs for 200 different sites, by all means, that's what this is for. You can also go in here and, well, basically this pops up automatically. Now, settings. When you first install MoneyRobot, this is where you will go to configure the product. These are the default settings, and so let me explain some of these to you. Start maximized, obviously, you can basically, whenever you launch it, you can maximize the robot as it runs the campaign. Auto start with Windows, you can select it to auto start in case Windows reboots, in case it gets an update that you forget to turn off automatically and it reboots, or while you're not home, this thing will auto start if your Windows ever reboots. Automatic sign in signs you in automatically. Automatically checks for updates. I have that checked. Automatically send links to MoneyRobot indexing service. So this is a pretty neat feature. Unlike the other competitors, MoneyRobot comes with an indexing service built in. Okay, the vendors take care of that on the back end. I think one of the two indexing services are indexification. I forget what the second one is. They told me. I forget the name of it. But it automatically drip feeds your posted links into the indexing service, and so it'll drip feed it for 10 days. So back here in the campaign, in the new campaign tool, you have an option to drip feed your campaigns over X amount of days, but you really don't have to do that because of the indexing service. Okay, the indexer, because it drip feeds the sites, it will spread out those links over a 10-day period. Now, if you want to play it safe, you can always set this to 10 days drip feed your campaigns, and then it'll further drip feed those links using the index service built into MoneyRobot. One of the features that MoneyRobot does is it has an IP manager for the HMA VPN software. HMA, for those of you that don't know, is a proxy tool that hides your location from Google. It's really cheap, and I think Greg does a commentary of it in the original NHB in one of the videos. HMA stands for Hide My Ass. Okay, it's a software tool. Like I said, it's a proxy tool that hides you behind proxies. And the cool thing about the software is you can actually tell Google that you're proxied, that you're actually connecting to them from, say, Phoenix, when you're actually located in California. So what MoneyRobot does is, if you don't want to spend money on proxies every month, like I do, I spend about $40 for 50 proxies through buyproxies.org. If you don't want to spend that kind of money, or if you want to keep the cost low, MoneyRobot has this really cool feature. If you check this, MoneyRobot will basically control the HMA software, and select from a couple of IPs out of 70,000 IPs and assign that to the project that you're running. Okay, and it will manage it for you and basically mask your projects behind the proxy. So that's a cool feature. How much does HMA proxy software cost? I think it's $11 a month to subscribe, and you get, like I say, this thing will automatically manage it for you. It comes with over 70,000 proxies built in across different parts of the world, really. So, not a bad feature. Now, the reason I don't use it is because I had this running originally on my home PC. Basically, this thing will hide your computer behind a proxy. So if you're looking for SERP rankings, it won't paint you the correct picture if you're trying to pull local results, okay, on your SEO rankings. So anyway, moving on. These are all defaults. I don't mess with any of these. Refresh PageRank daily. I don't care about that. Your DCAPTCHA, like I say, it comes default with two different types of CAPTCHAs. I've made a request to Money Robot vendors to add additional capture options, and they say they're working on it. Right now, I'm just using the now the proxy tab. I'm not going to click on it because I'm not going to. I'm running proxies on this. I'm not going to show you my proxies. The theme. This one, you can basically select and give your Money Robot a custom look if you want. I actually select one of these. I selected one of these skins that actually caused a bug in the software. It basically didn't allow me to click on some of these buttons, and so I notified the vendor, and they're fixing that. So I'm just using the default right now. I think that looks nice. Licensing is where you would put your license if you were to buy the product or get the monthly service. So Money Robot, let me talk about the licensing for a second. Money Robot comes in two different flavors of licensing. The first one is a $67 a month subscription that you can pay. So every month for 67 bucks, you can lease the robot, or you can buy the lifetime subscription for 497. Now, with all the features that they'll be adding, I guess as they improve upon the product, I'm sure that price will go up. If you look at SE Nuke, I don't know what they started at, but their monthly rental right now is $147 a month to use the product. Their lifetime license fee is $2,000. Okay. Article Magic Submitter used to cost, I think it was like $500 or so for a lifetime subscription. I'm not sure about that, but I think they yanked that off the market. It's not available anymore. You can only get a subscription service to the link building tool. GSA Search Engine Ranker is cheap on the front end, in the fact that you can get it for I forget how much GSA itself, Search Engine Ranker, costs, but you also have to get Captcha Breaker, which is I think Captcha Breaker is I don't know what the cost on it. I think it's like 200 something dollars if I'm not mistaken. And then if you want to do the indexer, it's 20 something dollars for that. Keep in mind, those tools you probably don't want to run on a home PC. Something like GSA, you want to rent a um, dedicated server. Those will probably run you $200-300 a month. If you're going with a VPS, those are a little bit cheaper. They're about $60 to $80. You can get away with one of those on a month-to-month basis. Then with GSA, you also have to buy your proxies every month, which cost you out of pocket about 40 bucks for 50 proxies through buyproxies.org. Or you can also get you can also get cheaper services like through cheaper proxy services, but Jimmy Kelly recommends buy proxies, so that's what I use. Now, outside of that, if you wanted to scrape your own links on GSA, you'd also have to buy GScraper, which is I think GScraper is about 70 something dollars or $68, and then you would also have to buy proxies for that, and the proxies for GScraper are um, I think it's like $68 a month. I'm getting my prices mixed up. I have to look. Let me pull it up real quick. Obviously, I don't have all these prices memorized. GScraper itself is $68 lifetime. That's a one-time payment, but then your proxies every month to use GScraper is $66 a month or $156 a quarter. So with GSA Search Engine Ranker, even though the product itself is fairly low priced, to maintain it and to run it is quite expensive. Okay, that's why I offer link building services using GSA, because it's not cheap to run and it's very complicated. With this tool, you can pretty much run in shop. You can even run it off your home PC if you run HMA without any issues. So just wanted to touch on that a little bit. Again, $67 a month for your subscription if you want to do subscription based or a one-time fee. At the moment, it's fairly low at $497, and you get free updates with that. Let's see what else. Projects. This is where your projects will list. Obviously, we've got one running, Fashions for Mom. These are your logs. Now, it hasn't posted any URLs yet, primarily because it's still creating accounts. It's 17% done. This will basically go through the whole process, and you can just walk away and leave it alone. Now, looking at let's go down into the actual blogs itself. Number of blogs that comes with 51 for now. The vendor says that they're adding more every time. So right now, if you look, they've got WordPress, which is a domain authority of 100. You've got blogs.24.com, PR6, livejournal.com, PR8, Brave Sites, PR4, Drupal Gardens, PR7, Xteen, PR5, 6, 3, 8, 5, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 7, 2. 2 is Fizzle.live. There's only 1 2 so far. Couple of 3s, another 2. So not a lot of 2s. Mainly higher PRs on the higher ends. Okay, you got lots of 6s, 5s, 7s. You got a few 8s. You got 1 9, and then the rest are 3 and 4s. So I would say that this is a pretty good selective list of Web 2.0s. The reason why I'm not too worried about the limited number of Web 2.0s is because each time it posts into a subdomain, which basically is unique to your login ID. Okay, so those are the blogs. There's, like I say, there's 51 total blogs, and Money Robot vendors are going to add more to it. I've actually provided them a large list of Web 2.0s that they're going to work on. Web 2.0 profiles, if you look at these, there are 145 Web 2.0 profiles. These are tier 2s, primarily used for tier 2s and best used for tier 2s. So these are PR 0 through, let's see what the highest, PR 7. You've got a bunch of 6s here. You got some 5s. You got a couple of 4s, 3 4s, 4 4s, 5 6. You got a few 2s. You got some 1s and some 0s. So a good mix of tier 2 Web 2.0 profiles. Then you have your social bookmarks. You've got, okay, so 1,400, not 4,000. I said 4,000 earlier. It's 1,400 social bookmarks. These are a bunch of PR zeros, ton of PR zeros. So these are like your tier 3s. So who cares what these are? These are primarily used for link juice. Okay. I kind of want to add. I want to go in here and I want to look at the other properties as well. Let's create a new. Let's do a test. I want to see what other sites are built in here. We already looked at social bookmarks. Let's look at social posts, web directories, wikis. Let's look at press releases. I want you to be informed of what you're actually buying with this. Okay, I don't want to leave you with this review, walking off guessing and saying that I didn't do a thorough review. So I kind of want to look at all these other properties that come with the product, and I'm just going to link these in tier 1 fashion to the money site. Okay, I'll run a quick campaign, and I want to see what kind of PR or what kind of quality these submissions are. Now, this is just For information purposes, please don't copy this linking diagram. I'm gonna basically run a campaign. I want to see, I want to delve into each one of these clusters and see what kind of PR we get out of these. Okay, not that PR is important, but it at least gives us kind of quality of links these are. Whether, and this will help us determine whether we can use these for tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. So I'm going to go ahead and save this as test. Close this out. Would you like to save changes? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to pick this one, test, and we'll just make a bogus site, http:// non-existent site.com .tiff. I don't know. Um, New York hot dogs. I'll just make something up. We'll run a quick article. I'll just create a pseudo campaign here. Let's see what happens. So I'm 31 minutes into the review. I hope that you're not bored or I didn't put you to sleep. Um, I didn't really prepare any of this stuff. I'm just, you know, winging it right now, looking at all the features of this robot. So it's as though you're kind of looking over my shoulder. So it's still searching for the articles. Let's look at some of the stuff that it's creating. Why I love hate New York hot dogs. Looking for a spot to sit and consume a cup of joe. Perhaps somewhere with Wi-Fi, World Wide Web, so you can leverage your caffeine habit from the risk of a Java spill. That blah 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 blah. And 477 words. Okay, start campaign. Okay, so now that we have the task listed here, I'm going to go ahead and click on forum profiles. And no forum profiles. Okay. I'm going to click on web directories, a bunch of PR0s, PR1s. So at best, you probably want to use these as your tier 3s. I saw one PR6. So these aren't really too impressive. There are 1,800 web directories. So these would be used just like pure link juice on tier 3 maybe, or even tier 4. Article directories. There's PR0, 3, 1, 2. So these I would use for, from a strategic standpoint, PR3 again and up. PR3, PR4, PR5. You probably want to, I mean not PR, I'm sorry, tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5. You probably don't want to go anything more than a tier 3, to be honest with you. Press releases, let's see what kind of press releases this product comes with. One press release, PR3. Okay, so these are some of the things, these are some of the weaknesses I think that well, I wouldn't say weaknesses. Like this press release, obviously they need to add more press releases. What was the other one that didn't come with a lot of content or a lot of was it the forum profiles? Yeah, forum profiles. They definitely need to add some stuff to the forum profiles. Hopefully they'll add them with the future update. Now I'm kind of curious to see what it's actually doing. Process window. Um, I don't know why it's processing. There's nothing to process. Email, I guess it's creating an account, but for what? I don't know. So that's something that I want to talk to the vendor about. So let's look at, I think we left off at press releases, wiki articles. There are 1,800 wiki articles. A mix of 1, 2, 3, 2, 0, 1, 5, 0, 1, 4, 4, 5. So this looks like there's a good mix of everything. A bunch of 4s and 5s, no higher than a 5. Okay, so these again I would use for maybe a tier 3. Social network post, bunch of 0s, tier 3. RSS feeds. I don't. Let's see what these consist of. So there's nothing for RSS. So looks like maybe they've added it. I don't know how you would use this. So basically, forum profiles and RSSs are coming up empty. The rest of them have a lot of properties, but they're fairly weak. So I'd use these in level 3, tier 3. So really, your blog web top, so really your web 2.0s with the Money Robot would be your tier 1s. Your social profiles would be tier 2s, and then everything else tier 3s. Okay, a quick link building strategy for you. Let's see, what else can we cover. I think that's about it. I don't know what else to go over. Let's see if this has created any URLs yet. So it's still creating accounts. It's 23% done. So you can let that sit. See what else. Okay. Um, we went through the settings already. So the contact us obviously just takes you to the Money Robot website where you can fill out a ticket a ticket, open a ticket, check your ticket status. Forum, you basically go to the actual forum of Money Robot and you can join the community. Um, Outside of that, that's it really. Oh, down here at the bottom, you can adjust your threads. Since I plan to run a lot of campaigns, I'm going to use 20 threads. You can set this to auto. The vendor did tell me that if you set it to auto, this will optimize the product, but it can also hog up resources if you have a slower machine. So just be cautious about that. A website URL, this is actually going through each one of these tasks. It's giving you the breakdown of it, which task it belongs to. Like for the live journal, it's part of this account creation right now, tier 1 D, so you can see that this is what this is related to. Project name Fashions for Moms. It's running at 70% done, and so forth. Okay, so it's running 18 tasks right now at the same time. Down here, this is the project that you're actively on. If you select campaign, that switches to campaign. It tells you that it's using proxies, threads 20, CPU usage 2%, and that is it for me for this review. I hope that this has been informative for you and educational. Um, as you can see, some of the features are pretty cool. It's got some excellent Web 2.0 properties that it comes with. You can actually build massive campaigns on this. And for the money, I think it's a decent product. I think that if your campaigns are large enough, you can rank for just about anything. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this campaign since this was a junk campaign. And just for giggles, I'm going to let this one run and see if, see if we can rank for that keyword. I think it's mom jeans. And you can visit the URL. Go back to the beginning of the video. It's where I had the URL. You go back and look at that. So if you have any questions, um, well, before I give out my information, I'm going to post a link at the bottom of this video to give you a 10% discount off of the product through my link. And if you have any questions about the product itself, like I say, I'm no expert, but it's so simple. I mean, you can navigate through the whole thing and kind of figure it out yourself. Just write me at info@waynevoss.com. Again, that email is info@waynevoss.com. Or if you're in the SEO groups I'm in, just hit me up in instant message chat, or for those of you that want to Skype me, just shoot me a private IM or email and ask me for my Skype. So that's it, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed my review of the Money Robot, and I'm trying to think if I left anything out. Oh, yes, one more thing. For those of you that don't want to link directly to your money sites with this, because the articles may or may not be unique, or if you want better quality articles, here's what you can do. Okay, let's say you have a money site. What you can do is you can create a feeder site Feeder sites are basically um, websites that you can buy. These are feeder sites. Another name for feeder sites are buffer sites. And buffer sites technically are sites that you can, either buy cheap off of auctions, or you can just register brand new sites relevant to your main site, and so you send all your links from Money Robot to these buffer sites. Okay, these buffer sites will then carry branded or URL links back to your money site, and so if there are any penalties that happen from these links that are coming from Money Robot, these feeder sites will get penalized, but not your money site. So what you can do if that ever happens, if Google ever runs an update, you can actually remove these links, create brand new feeder sites in line with whatever new algorithm update changes come up with Google, and retheme those sites, and basically, or create new sites and relink to your money site. And there you go. So I hope that you enjoyed this review. Again, any questions, info@waynevoss.com. I'm on Facebook for those of you that are in my group. And again, the link for your discount if you do end up buying Money Robot is below this video. Thanks again, and I hope to hear from anyone that buys a product of your experiences. Maybe we can share ideas. Thanks.